Welcome back, YouTubers. Welcome back to my short series on suppliers in China. This is part 2. If you missed part 1, go back. I suggest you go back, check it out, then come back here and we'll continue, because it all fits together. Now, we're discussing the relationship. Are we eventually going to get married or not? Well, we're about to find out. Let's assume we've been courting for a while, doing the research, checking them out. Do we want to start dating? Yeah, what does dating look like? When you want to date them, what does that mean? Now, the dating period is when you start getting into a bit more detail. You start discussing the potential business. You start looking at what are the possibilities of us growing the business together. You're sharing more drawings, more information. You're starting to engage more with them as a business. This is when you start discussing supply agreements. This is when you start bringing out your contracts in terms of how you want them to work with you, what are your requirements, and understand, can they meet your requirements? Can they meet your contract obligations in terms of IP protection? Are they willing to sign up to these things? Can they handle your idea of payment terms? When you start dating, you're trying to find out, is this the right person to be dating? Is this where I want to be spending my time? So you're trying to work out, is this supplier really good? Are you asking these deeper questions? You know, you're looking deeper into their eyes, trying to understand, what are they really thinking? What do they really want? And you're trying to build that relationship and that trust. If you're in China, this is when you might visit them for like a second time to their factory, and you're sitting down, maybe having dinner with them, having lunch, and have general discussions about life, about their business, about just general things. Get to know them. Just like any dating phase, any relationship, this is when you're trying to understand, do you really like them? What do you like about them? So what do you like about this supplier? Can he meet your trading terms? Can he meet your requirements? You look deeper into his business and see his quality team. Can his quality team, are they experienced enough? Do they have good quality control on what they're doing? Do they have in-process inspection? Do they keep good records? Also, during this dating phase, this is when you're having, getting some reassurance to yourself and having an experience. You're having an exchange. You're trying to understand, how does this feel? Once in this dating phase, you're over the basics of agreed on the contracts. You're agreed in general on how we're going to do business together. What are our trading terms? What are our arrangements for making samples? Do we have to get paid for samples? Are samples free or not? What are our guidelines that we're going to work to? These are very important. You need to establish this in the beginning. Don't just dive in and start giving them orders. Once all this is understood, once all this is agreed, then we can plan the next date. Yeah, the next date might be, in a real relationship, well, maybe we might go to a more classier restaurant instead of the coffee shop. So here in this relationship in China, you're going to take them now. Maybe they will take you to a more classier restaurant because they see, there's some worth in this than this customer. This customer is really interesting. This customer could bring us a lot of good, stable business. So next time you visit them, the boss might take you to an even better restaurant, or take you to KTV. It's part of the whole dating process. In the beginning, this is very important because it builds a relationship. Because during these times, you're not just discussing business. You're learning about each other. You're learning about each other's objectives, how they work, how he treats his staff, how he treats his other suppliers, what good connections he's got with sub-suppliers. All this is very important for your stability in your products. As we start dating, we might then give them a small order. We might order some samples. We're still dating. We're only dating. We're not been dating very long, so we're not going to give them any big orders. This is when we're initial dating. We're giving them some sample orders. We're giving them some insight into our products, teaching more about our products, and then we establish the connection and the relationship of what quality report am I going to get with my samples? What information are we going to give him to make the product? How good are our drawings? Is there enough information on our drawings for him to understand what he has to make and what the finish and quality should be like? This is where he understands us, we understand him a lot more in the sample process. So use that sample process to develop the relationship, to tick off all of those possible issues you're going to find in the relationship that might make a bumpy road or might cut your date very short. Just like when you're dating a new girl from the bar up the street, or someone your family introduced you to, or someone you meet at work. During those dating periods, those dates you go on, you learn a bit more, you share a bit more, they share a bit more. Step by step, you're getting to know each other and getting that trust. The same thing has to be done in China very, very carefully. I found some of this very, very different in Australia. In Australia, you will just give them the order, give them a drawing, and then they will give you all the promises. Then you just place the orders. They're not interested in Australia at really getting to know your team and your people and your business and your intentions and your direction. Not much, not like they do in China. China, they want to have a partnership, all right? In China, they don't want to do business with you unless they really know you and they really support what your objectives are. They really want to be part of your business and you want to be part of theirs. It's not as transactional here as you would think. Now, we've been dating for a while. We've had some successful samples. We've had some really good success, and we have a good feeling. We have a good feeling about each other. I like you a lot. You're quite nice. I'm happy. I'm enjoying this. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited about my next date. Quick, let's make another date. Let's make another date for when we're going to do something different. This is where in China you're going to take your dating to the next level. All right, your supplier relationship is going to go to the next level. It's not until this step you're going to bother, or you're going to be trusting enough on both sides to then let's take the risk together and let's go and make a large production order. I'll catch you in the next video, and let's talk about what happens. What happens after we start dating seriously?